Ammo prices don't rise all at once, and they never hit every caliber equally. That's the mistake most gun owners make. They assume if there's a shortage, everything disappears at the same time. Everything becomes expensive at the same time. But that's not how this market works, because when pressure builds, it targets specific ammo types first, the ones with the highest demand, the ones with the most limited production flexibility, the ones that get pulled in multiple directions at once. And right now, those pressure points are starting to form again, quietly. So if you're paying attention, you can already see which ammo types are going to feel it first, long before shelves go empty. Why some ammo gets hit first. Before we even talk about specific types, you need to understand the pattern. Ammo shortages don't start at the retail level, they start at allocation. Manufacturers don't just produce ammo randomly, they prioritize. Military contracts come first, law enforcement comes next, then civilian demand. And when those priorities shift, civilian availability shrinks. At the same time, not all ammo is produced in equal volume. Some calibers are manufactured continuously in massive quantities. Others are produced in smaller scheduled runs. So when demand spikes, the lower volume types tighten immediately. And when that happens, prices react fast, not gradually, suddenly. 90mm defensive loads, the first to tighten. The first category that always shows stress is defensive 90mm, not standard range ammo, not the cheap bulk packs, but high-quality defensive loads, because these rounds operate in a completely different supply chain. They're produced in smaller quantities, they require more precise manufacturing, and they're in constant demand from both civilians and law enforcement. That combination creates pressure, because when supply tightens, these are the first to disappear. Not completely, but selectively. Certain brands become harder to find, certain grain weights vanish, and suddenly, you're seeing fewer options at higher prices. And here's the mistake people make. They think they can wait. They assume defensive ammo will always be there, until it's not, and when it's gone, it doesn't come back quickly. 223.5, 56, the demand multiplier. The next category is 223 and 5, 56. This one doesn't just rise, it accelerates, because demand for this caliber doesn't come from one source. It comes from everywhere: civilian shooters, training environments, competitive use, law enforcement. And when demand shifts even slightly, the impact multiplies because of the volume involved. Millions of rounds being consumed regularly. So when supply tightens, it doesn't take long for availability to shrink. And once that happens, prices don't just rise, they spike fast because everyone is trying to secure supply at the same time. 22 LR, the deceptive shortage. This is the one that catches people off guard because 22 LR always looks stable until it isn't. It's produced in massive quantities, it's widely available most of the time, and because of that, people assume it's safe. But here's the reality. 22 LR has one of the highest consumption rates of any caliber. Training, recreational shooting, new shooters, it's constantly being used, which means when demand increases, even slightly, it drains supply faster than expected. And because it's priced low, people buy it in bulk, cases instead of boxes, and that behavior accelerates shortages. So when a 22 starts tightening, it happens quietly at first, then suddenly all at once. 308 Winchester, the precision pressure point. 308 operates in a different category. It's not just about volume, it's about purpose, hunting, long-range shooting, precision applications, and that creates a unique type of demand, more focused, but more sensitive to supply changes. Because when shooters rely on a specific load, they don't substitute easily. They want consistency, same brand, same grain weight, same performance. So when availability drops, they don't wait, they stock up, and that concentrated demand pushes prices higher faster than expected. Specialty calibers, the silent spike. Then there's the category most people ignore, specialty calibers. 6.5 Creedmoor, .300 Blackout, other niche but popular rounds. These don't move like mainstream calibers. They're produced in smaller batches. They rely on more specific demand, which means when supply gets disrupted, they don't gradually tighten, they disappear. And when they come back, they're more expensive because production isn't constant, it's scheduled. And once a run sells out, you wait for the next one at whatever price the market supports at that time. What this means for gun owners: now step back and look at the pattern. These aren't random calibers. They represent different parts of the market: high volume defensive, mass consumption training, precision shooting, specialty demand, and all of them are showing early signs of pressure, which means the shift isn't isolated, it's broad. And when pressure builds across multiple categories, it doesn't stay contained, it spreads. The mistake most people will make. This is where behavior becomes critical, because most people wait for confirmation. They wait until prices rise, until shelves look empty. But by then, they're reacting, not preparing. And in this market, reaction is expensive, because once the shift becomes obvious, you're competing with everyone else at higher prices, with fewer options. The bigger problem, no one talks about. Here's the deeper issue. This isn't just about cost, it's about consistency. When supply becomes unstable, you don't just pay more, you lose reliability. Different brands, different loads, different performance, and that affects training, it affects accuracy, it affects confidence, because consistency is what makes shooting predictable. And when that disappears, everything becomes less effective. Why this could happen faster than expected. In previous cycles, shortages were driven by panic. This time, it's building differently. Production pressure, material costs, global demand, all pushing at the same time, which means when demand finally reacts, it won't start from zero. It will accelerate from an already tight position, and that's what makes this situation more unpredictable. What happens next? If this trend continues, you'll see a familiar pattern. First, subtle price increases, then reduced availability in specific calibers, then broader tightening across the market. And once that happens, the cycle feeds itself. Demand increases, supply shrinks, prices rise faster, until stability returns, eventually. Ammo prices don't explode randomly. They build toward it, through pressure points, through specific calibers, through patterns that repeat every time the market shifts. And the people who understand those patterns always stay ahead, because they don't wait for shortages to become obvious. They recognize which ammo types are getting hit first and adjust before everyone else reacts. Because in this market, timing isn't just important, it's everything. Stay informed, stay sharp, because once the surge begins, the window closes faster than you think.